Welcome to another Thursday night edition of Kit Season. As you see here, a lot of you are probably coming off of either some US Cup fever, some USL promotion relegation fever from earlier in the week, or the US men's national team disappointment. However, you're here, thank you.
And it's March Madness, so who knows? You might be
Oh,
watching
and
basketball.
there's
A
March
weirdo.
Madness. Yeah, sorry, I forgot a different sport outside of soccer existed.
No
Apologies.
such thing.
There's no such thing. Hey, I'm just saying, right now, it's just chaos right now for US. Either there's just a lot going on from USL to Open Cup to national team. Man, it's just
Yeah, this is soccer mecca right now. This is the time of the year.
right. Plus
And,
this weekend's matchups, which will be interesting.
right,
There's so
actually,
much.
this really is like my favorite time of the year, like March, because Premier League's still in. You still got
Yep,
all the European teams playing, like
yep.
so Bundesliga. You could still enjoy all those on the Saturday mornings.
And
But
towards the end of
now
them.
then USL and MLS is back, and we can watch those Saturday nights, Sunday nights. So you can watch those in the afternoons and at the
Yep.
night. And then, of course, right now we got the U.S. Open Cup, so you get to watch all these amateur teams. Like I don't even know who
El
Cincinnati's playing against.
Ferrolito yesterday.
Right, and you get to see all these teams playing throughout the week, just like on a Tuesday night. Like, all right, sweet, or on a
Bet.
Thursday night. You know,
Or like Tulsa, what they did, which was looked really great on Tuesday night against Tulsa. Tulsa against Tulsa, the amateur
that's
team. Yeah, the athletic against FC Tulsa.
right.
It's the best time of the year, and I could not agree with you more. But do you know what's the best time of season of the year? Hit season, and that
Season.
never stops. So that is why we are here. So before we, as we always try to do here on the show, wanted to give a quick shout out to our patrons down below. Thank you, John Hunt, Frank Anthony, Christopher Cohn, Harry Austin, John Fuller, Michael Fuchs, Joshua Duder, Noah Telford, Alberto Aguilar, Jeremy Churchman, Stephen Howard, Ryan LaCara, Tim Knotts, and of Reg 30, MOS, Kunal Patel, all of the Hedgehog, Andrew Towsley, Mad Cat Peel, Ryan Smelter. I'm reading this way too fast. And everyone at goals.tv for sponsoring this show. We couldn't do without you guys. But also, speaking of sponsors, we still have our sponsorship from the great people at Equipped Studios. Which, do you ever want to have a custom kit designed for your team or supporters group? I know I do. By someone who's been trusted by clubs in the USLW League and League Two? Well, Equipped Studios offers more customization options than the big brands for only a fraction of the cost. In this economy, I like that. Their mission is simple: make professional, quality uniforms accessible to all types of players, teams, supporters, no matter the level of play. If you're less than thrilled with the new kits that your club has come out this year, take matters into your own hands and create an official supporters jersey. With inclusive sizing up to 6XL, Equipped Studios is equipped and is starting to become a popular choice with official supporters groups across the US. Do you have a Sunday league team that needs new threads? Well, that's Equip's bread and butter, with their founder Austin being a Sunday league player himself. I think he's gotten hurt a few times. I can't remember, but he does play. The best part is it is affordable, which is important to you and me. For just $40 per jersey, you can get something completely bespoke with name and number customization included at no extra cost. So, like a good friend Pope, he can get his name added onto it, no added cost. Because you are a listener of the show, mention the USL show. You can get the friends and family discount, which brings it down to just $35 a jersey. I can buy all the jerseys then. So check out the link below and tell them that the USL show or Kit Season sent you. What's a
Yeah,
Denim?
my wife would be so much more chill if my addiction only cost $35 a pop.
Yep. Tr-
But
a-
no,
As I always joke with my wife, my hobby started turning into an expensive hobby. So
it's investments.
it's investments at this point.
Same with my Pokemon card collection
Yes,
and
yes.
my Leicester City cards that are going to go skyrocketing soon.
Oh, has to be, has to be. But before I move on, I just wanted to reiterate, if you were not here last week, just a quick small reminder. Any and all money from this month's Patreon or patron providers will be going to the shelterofflint.org. Check out the link below to donate yourself. This money will be going to the help the community of Flint, Michigan. So please check out the link below and help out however you can.
And of course, the first one's shout out to Equipped over here with the comment. Happy to be here.
Yes.
What?
So, yeah. Is there anything else that I'm forgetting? I know our intros are starting to add more, which is honestly really great. Is there anything that I'm missing before we dive into today's kind of lineup?
Yeah, we got a lineup. That's the word. It's kind of banger after banger.
Hey, it's across all three men's levels right now.
Right?
Yeah,
Isn't that cool?
I know. I love that. I love that.
We got two.
I can't wait until the fourth one joins.
Yeah.
But that is not for us to talk about. Please check out the USL show's coverage of the big announcement of promotion and relegation and their discussion over that.
And they did a really good job at being like realistic about it. Like, yes, the hype is there. Like, I mean, I've been all over Instagram and like all the teams are posting stuff. Like, it's happening. It's happening. There's some wording in there that, you got to watch out for. But you're right. More leagues, more kids.
That's the important part here. Yeah. I'm just saying, if I heard someone say the USL, by the time this ID gets fully implemented, may have upwards of 60 teams inside the professional premier pyramid.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that is just a lot of kids, and I am not upset about that.
Oh yeah. That's why, like, if I'm wearing an MLS kit right now, like, I almost don't feel bad though, because I almost have to represent a smaller league,
Yeah.
Just to make them feel better. Because it's a joke at this point. Because I think I was on my St. Louis fan group on Facebook, and St. Louis fans, we are a whiny bunch, and like we've gone undefeated, 0 goals scored on us, but we're still whining about the fact that Berkey is hurt. Like, really? Like, Ben Lunt is stepping up, but that's not what it's about. But they're complaining about the fact, they're like, well, MLS is going to have to buy them out or something. I'm like, no. MLS is going to have to sell the USL because they're going to have literally all the property.
Or at a minimum, MLS might have to. I've heard some rumor that they might actually take after the USL if the USL provides a successful business model. Per Don Garber, he's not against it. Basically, is what they said. What he said.
Right.
Again, basically, USL is being the guinea pig.
The guinea pig for it
could be fun.
Well, and someone else mentioned it. It's not an open pyramid.
No, it's a closed pyramid, which is what I thought would be the only way that's possible right now.
Yeah, so like you won't fall below League One, which is still a strong league that we have right now.
Still financially viable enough.
Right. And you still have the chance to get out. Like, this is something that investors can put into, buy a team when it's low in a League One.
Yes.
Play up. And we don't have caps. We don't have pay caps.
Nope.
Now, but Kaylor did mention the one thing. I think it was Kaylor, someone else on the show too. We don't have reward money, and I didn't really realize that.
I think that might be changing now. That should be changing.
It has to change, because if you're gonna have a championship roster that wins, they're gonna show up to the
what's the money
D1, whatever it's gonna call, and just fall right back down.
So before we tangent too far, it's already 10 minutes in here. We're not talking about promotional relation. I just want to pinpoint 2 points that I really want to emphasize here from my perspective. One, there is no floor as we deep like the floor as in the amateur level. If you're not financially viable, it's really not that big of a gap financially speaking between the championship and League One. Both are still heavy on attendance. That should not change.
Right.
Based off the current agreements. So I think that's important to note when people try to talk about the fears of relegation. I don't think it'll have that much impact. You can look at North Carolina FC, and you can also look at Charlotte. Both of them have not seen significant increases or decreases based on the division that they're in.
It just saves them money personally to like fees and spending and stuff like that.
Yes. And I think part number 2, which I think is going to be an important part, which ties into, I think, when it comes to reward money, do as they do in European leagues, which is professional license fees. So if you're in League One, you're in Championship, you're in the Premier League, you'd have to pay certain fees to be in those leagues. It's nothing massive. Instead of doing expansion fees, you can then take that money and you can then funnel it into reward money on top of your sponsorship money that comes in. That may not be a perfect solution. It's something that's done in European leagues that I think that's not heavily talked about. I think the U.S. could do that to help some of the financial cushions.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, hey, we all pay to be in the league, and and whoever wins gets the pot.
Yes, it's
like people do that all the time. It's like a dart league, exactly. Whatever.
Exactly. But that's not why you're here. You're not here to hear my terrible takes probably on promotion relegation. Or him and I talk about it. You don't do the experts at the USL show.
Yes.
What we're here for is talking about kits. And actually, this was not planned. Honestly, I didn't think about this until literally right now. We are going to rate actually the kit that I'm rocking right now. So our first step here is to go to the West Coast and hit up our good friends. Please check out our interview of San Francisco City FC and their, I think it's 1995 inspired denim kits. Well, kind of 1995 inspired, but they're denim kits.
Yeah. So these are a really cool kit that they came out with. That one, it's worked on by artist Idol Worship, as you can see on there, and it's a denim kit. But this is I can't remember exactly what the artisan type is called, but it's a thing that they use in Japanese culture when they're like patching up their denim. Instead of just like sewing on a patch or sewing in like an extra denim or cloth patch to fill in the hole.
Yep.
They actually use essentially art when they're doing the stitching. And so this is why it has that cross stitching and stuff like that. So it actually makes it look new and beautiful. And if you look at Idol Worship's other clothing items that they sell, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's pants that has holes in it, but then they're patched up. I like the circle ones personally that he does or she does. They do, and he does. I know, and it's really beautiful work. And also, if you look on the back of this, I think it shows a picture of the back. Yeah, there we go. It gives a little shout out, to Little Japan that they have in San Francisco.
Yeah,
and it's beautiful work. I love it when cities or when teams represent their city and like parts of their city, things that make them who they are.
Yeah.
And this is amazing. It's one of my favorite kits.
Yeah, honestly, it feels really good. I haven't really had too many Meba kits besides this year. Honestly, this fits really good. I honestly really like this stitching up here. It honestly makes it look more like jeans. I know that's like the Meba thing, but to me, it gives that closer illusion to jeans, right, and denim. So I personally like that little bit. I know that's like they're like the Adidas 3 stripes. I still think it adds to it here in this case. I think it adds to the aesthetic. And honestly, before we start getting into the kits here, I want to give a quick shout out to Ian at San Francisco City for hooking us up with these beautiful kits.
Yeah, especially if you can see the comments. Equipped pointed out, he did say, thought it was overhyped when it was announced, but seeing Brett wear it, sheesh. Too bad it's sold out already. That's the biggest thing. They are coming out with a restock, so pick those up ASAP, because I'm still kind of itching about the Pine Mountain stuff. So you don't want to be in that boat. I am so happy that Ian threw a couple our way before all that happened. That means a lot.
Yes.
And I was wearing mine a couple days ago, just like on a Tuesday. You know what I mean? Like, it's something that I will wear whenever.
It feels good, and it honestly fits really nice too. I'm pretty
they're super comfortable. Yeah, I don't have any of that brand except for my two San Francisco.
Actually, I don't think they really have any other teams. Like, there are a few other semi-pro teams around the world, but there's nothing really professional. I think this is like one of their bigger clients when I was looking at their profile.
Nice.
So, like, the quality's there.
They followed us on the gram.
The gram, love it. So
followed back.
Shout out. So yeah, I'm gonna dive in to tonight's rankings. Also, real quick, if you want to check out our full interview with Ian, please check it out from like a month ago. We don't talk about this kit, we talk about the home kit. But please check out if you want to hear a little bit more about the creative side, what goes into something like this, as this is really good looking. But all right, so tonight's kit, straight up, it is where'd it go? This looks really, really good. I think its overall design and aesthetic, to me, is a solid 4. It's a very solid looking kit. And it pays homage, like we kind of talked about, to some of that Japanese kind of style of, like, I don't say stitching, but like that denim work. And I think that's a clever nod to it with a bit of a modern twist, because, we've seen a few denim kits from like the 1995 U.S. Men's World Cup, and seeing something brought like this, I think it's a refreshing take on it. And it actually gives a little bit of a better, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Representation of denim, in my opinion. I never liked the old ones, and that's a hot take for me, the 1995 World Cup kits. That's just me. I think I've talked about that a few times.
Yeah.
I like this more modern approach. So, 4 there for me when it comes to all. But I think the authenticity and tradition, given we know the history that's kind of behind this, that kind of define this kit, plus these little details we see into it, I give it a 5 for authenticity and tradition. This to me just kind of feels San Francisco City, and it feels like something that they would want to try to do, based off our conversations with them and what I've seen over the past few seasons as well. So this just feels like it, and so it's a 5 for me for their tradition, and ties into the visual details. In order to make the kit look like denim, you gotta have the right details. You can't just have like a plastered on sort of like image, I want to say.
Yeah, you can't like a screen print, not a screen print, but like a
as you can kind of see here, and you can kind of see in the photo there's even a little yellow on the stitching here that makes it look exactly like jeans. They took it on with a different color and made it like whatever match, but they made it look and feel like jeans from the kit perspective. And I think that's impeccable. So the 5 there. Leading to the innovation and impact, I still only gave it a 4 for innovation and impact. You might disagree with me on this one, and I think the consumers will probably also disagree with me given how fast this bad boy sold out. But I still think it's only a 4, and it's still a relatively somewhat unknown kit, surprisingly, to some people, especially in the USL sphere. I think, us talking about this is important. It's part of the reason I love this show. And I think for that reason, it gets dropped to a 4. That's my opinion, and it's a 4.5 overall for me.
All right. Not a bad score from Brett. Design and aesthetics, I give a 5. I feel like there's nothing I could say, oh, fix this or fix that. design wise, and it's just everything about it is aesthetically pleasing. The small details on the back, the like you were talking about, the details between the sleeve and then the main thing, like it's still like slightly different stitching almost.
Yeah.
Authenticity and tradition. This is so San Francisco, and like I've learned so much from talking to Ian and just doing some research on this. And the patchwork that I was trying to think of, it's I'm gonna butcher it. I am so sorry if I say this wrong, but like sashiko, and whip stitches.
Ah.
So it's spelled sash and then IKO. So I don't know. I'm using my English teacher to say eco, so I don't know. But sashiko.
Sashiko, which means little stabs.
Yeah,
Yes.
so that's what I was trying to think of. And then visual details and execution. This is the only thing that I gave a 4 at. And it's only because they did kind of just go with the like cross.
Oh.
Like just the squares, I guess.
Yeah.
And I personally would have liked it better seeing some of his other work with more of the flower circle look. And I could see somebody looking at it and like, that's kind of busy or something. But that's the only negative I could slightly give it.
Okay.
But innovation and impact, like this is a 5 for me. Like they're doing something. Yes, like the U.S. men's team did it before, but there's as to say they're the first two like who's done it. And honestly, I feel like they're doing it right. The U.S. men's team one it's iconic for what it is. It didn't help, it didn't hurt the fact that it was a World Cup in America.
Yeah.
We did okay in it. We made it past the knockout or into the knockout stages, which nobody expected us to.
Right.
So like it became iconic because of the game that it's being played on, that it was played in. Kind of like like we talked about with the Louisville City Blue kit. Like it became iconic because of just how fast and how badly we got beaten up in it. So, kits can become iconic more than just a look.
Yes, and it has that retro vibe to it. I think that a lot of people.
Yeah, and now the 90s are back and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But so to me, this is using that impact and using their platform that they have to, one, teach us more about the Japanese culture that is in San Francisco, and then also representing their squad, their team in such a beautiful way. So it's a 4.75 for me.
Okay. And with my 4.5, this is a solid 4.63. And if you're wondering about kit value, well, this is a 54.41. Just for some context here, I'm going to look at everything. I believe only one kit. Actually, no. This is by far barely. This is our best kit valued. Well, yeah, best bang for your buck kit on the market. Obviously, there's a reason why this is sold out. It's only $85. Again, I say only. It's $85, but it looks really, really good. And this is just a solid kit. And honestly, if you're looking to add something to your collection, this one is got to be high if you haven't already been able to acquire it. So, I'm
super pumped that to have this and to be able in 10, 20 years, oh snap, you got that San Francisco? Yeah, I got that San Francisco City kit.
Yep,
they're good friends of mine.
Hey, I'm excited to see what they did on the third kit. I don't remember. Did he? I don't think we talked about that. Well, we
no, really. I don't remember talking about it at all because they posted a little hinty hint. Actually, I think I sent it to you, and it was like koi fish on it.
Ooh, okay. So, be sure to look them up.
I'm gonna see if I can find that. You started talking. I'm gonna...
Yeah. So, but be sure to stay and pay attention to San Francisco City. They're going to release something cool. I already know they are. They're going to release something that looks good. So keep an eye out there for what comes next from San Francisco City FC. And that was the denim kit, by the way, that we had rated in partnership with Idol Worship. Up next, another little dip into some of the old school vibes, but in a different kind of way. Our next kit is the old city kit from Knoxville. This one is representing some of the urban fabric of the old city of Knoxville, and kind of pays homage to that history that kind of helped build Knoxville to it is what it is today, downtown Knoxville. I've been I've been there a few times to Knoxville. It's a lovely city, so paying homage to it, some of its roots. I will never be against, especially if it's urban roots, such as like a city. So, yeah. And given that I think, Fox, you are quite a one knots person, having 2 kits in your collection?
Yeah, I
at this point?
have the Red Panda kit, and I have the initial what is it called? The Mountain.
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to say Sunrise, and I don't think I'm right.
But given your expertise with having these kits, would you like to go first on this one and give us your thoughts?
So I'm just sad that I can't find this message. Like, I swear I sent it to you. But anyways, yeah. So One Knox came out with another hit. This is one of those that are super nice for the locals.
Yeah.
You know, if you're in Knoxville, you're gonna love this kit. I appreciate that it's almost the same kind of red orange that's part of their Sunrise, but it's also used in their Mountain kit, and they kind of keep going back to this this color, and I appreciate this color a lot. It's very unique to One Knox, and I'm starting to, like, if I see this reddish orangish Sunrise color, it makes me think One Knox automatically. So design and aesthetics, I gave this a 5. Everything fits perfectly. Everything works perfectly, and I love the geometric city kind of outline that they did. Actually, my friend does the same similar type of artwork, and I bought one from her of my house, and it's like hanging up in our office. So, you know, this is like my type of artwork, and it's really hard to see on this. You can see it on the guy on our left, and there's just the different designs of the city. There we go. So it's just like different buildings and stuff like that. It's like a blueprint almost. Authenticity and tradition, going back to what I was talking about, how it's the color, the cream is just screaming One Knox, and it's representing the city.
Yeah.
You know, it's utilizing the city, it's utilizing the buildings in a beautiful way, in a blueprint style, geometric style that I just absolutely love. So that's a 5 from me for authenticity and tradition. Now I'm starting to get off my high horse, I guess. Visual details and execution, I gave a 3. I don't know if maybe they could have went deeper on those, like a deeper color to where it's more seeable, but it almost looks kind of plain from a distance. And I just feel like they could have done more in the execution style, because I really like this a lot, and I just don't feel like that it's giving itself the representation that it deserves, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So that's us. Like, it has decent details. It's just not overly refined. And that's the only thing that I could think of. And innovation and impact, I also give it 3. It's interesting. It has it has impact. It has uniqueness, but also, like, in a sense, it's kind of a map kit.
Kind
It's
of,
not a
yeah.
map kit, but it's not a map kit.
Yeah.
I like what they did with it, but I couldn't give it anything higher than a 3. So, but overall, it's a 4 for me.
Yeah.
So
And if you look at the score on my score on the street here, you see I was not as loving for this kit, and I'll get into why. I will say the overall, I think, look when you're up close on this kit is, I think, really good. I think it's a 4 there. And kind of the point that Fat kind of alluded to, if you're not looking at it like really close, you almost think this is just a cream kit and there's no detailing on it. I think that kind of takes away, and I think that's part of the artwork used and the style for this kit. And I think that only gets it to me an overall 4 for overall design and aesthetic. Now, when it comes to authenticity and tradition, I only gave it a 3. There's nothing. I know we've kind of, as Fox kind of alluded to, that color is kind of being a thing, but they only really use that here on the cuffs. I do like one knots in a cream kit. As something becoming, I've noticed a little bit more from them, but it's not something outside of it being kind of a fun artwork style of the city. Not something that's rooted to me that screams Knoxville. I think the Sun Sphere kind of did that a little bit better, in my opinion, hence why my score down below. Next, we have the visual details, and as I alluded to, I'm honestly not a massive fan of this style of artwork, especially not on a kit. To
well, you're
me,
wrong. Sorry.
that's fine. That's fine. I'm always wrong. I'm wrong about a lot of things on this show, but to me, it just seems a little, a little boring side, on my opinion. That's just me. Now, if this was like maybe like a painting or something I hung up a wall, like a skyline, I think I would thoroughly enjoy this. But on a kit, I just don't know if it fits. So that's why I keep it at a 3 for visual details. And plus, there aren't actually a lot of details. It seems to be the same things kind of like repeated on it a little bit. And I don't know if I give it points for details there. I do like the cuffs. I think the cuffs are a nice little touch. Reminds me of the cuffs I have here on my kit. But I don't give it a 3. And then finally, with the innovation impact, honestly, this is going to sound bad. When I was watching their Open Cup game yesterday against Appalachian, I kind of forgot they released this. I had to like triple search 3 times that they had released a new away kit. And I think that kind of speaks to the overall pattern of this kit and the overall impact it had even on me, someone who is, well, knee deep in kits. So I think a 3.25 is a pretty solid score. And I think given Fox's 4, given a 3.63 does it justice. It's a very solid kit. I think it looks good. The colors are a good choice. I think there could have been a little bit more. But 3.63 for the one Knoxville Old City kit. Any other thoughts here, Fat, before we hop into the kit value?
No, I found where I messaged you, but I think it was a story. And I put it as our story as well because it was so cool, and I sent it to you. But it was on Monday, so
it got
it got. So good stuff from San Francisco coming up again soon. But speaking of Winox, it's a good kit. I could see some collectors wanting this if they like this art style, but I agree with what you're saying. It doesn't really have the impact. It doesn't hit hard. It's just a good, clean kit.
I would say if they would have done something with this kind of pattern, but almost like made it more faded, like the AC Milan Cathedral kit a few years ago, a little bit more faded in the background.
That's kind of funny because I was like, man, this needs to pop more. And you're like, make this almost more like embossed almost.
Yeah. I think that would make. I
do
like
like a good
embossed. I like embossed when it's something like this, where it's like
Yeah.
kind of like a city or kind of like a cathedral vibe, where it's kind of a subtle pattern that I think if you just make it too bright or like this, it's almost too simple. So I think if you emboss it, I think it would make it look better aesthetically. That's just me.
Okay, I know our next kit. So hear me out. Just
Okay.
horizontal lines,
Okay.
the kid season logo, okay? Essentially, just the colors.
Okay.
So what do we got? 6 stripes, 5 stripes?
Here, let me pull up our logo.
Yeah, I made our logo. I mean,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Yeah. So 7 stripes, top to bottom, same colors, embossed in it, where you can't really see it, but embossed in it. The biggest league in the world. Just the biggest league in the world. Just top to bottom.
with a little R.
Yeah, I did the
little trademark.
The copyright trademark logo.
Yeah.
So that's 6 words. Like that fits perfectly. And you don't want the bottom one because people tuck in their shirts.
Exactly.
And it's a polo.
Exactly. It's got to be a polo. Has to be a polo.
All right. But, Equipped, you're here. You heard it. Make it happen.
We'll get right on that. I'll reach out to Austin later. But for kit value, this is still a solid 42.65 at $85. This is a very solid kit. This is pretty good when it comes to kit value. And as on cue, Austin at Equipped is taking notes. So, speaking of taking notes, I don't know where that was going, but that is the Almost City kit. I tried to do a bridge.
Smooth. You tried to do a bridge, but you couldn't connect. Do you know who does do good at bridges?
Oh,
Pittsburgh.
Thank you.
Pittsburgh does.
That's the connection I'm looking for.
Boom.
But before we get into actually reviewing the new 2025 Pittsburgh kits by Charlie, please watch this fun video as I try to actually play this accurately. All right, sit back. Yes, sit back, relax, and here are the new 2025 Pittsburgh Riverhounds kits.
So good, got your head on the range by the followers and looks, movers and the crooks, beat down low, you need a ram in the bush, can't debate, you took the bait, a fish in a hook, made a friend of an enemy, you mistook, growing up is knowing, everybody getting paid. He shortens the string!
And there it is, the 2025 Pittsburgh Riverhounds kits by Charlie. I'm not going to lie. Slight downgrade from last year. You know, for one reason only. There is no bridge. There is no bridge. Got to have a bridge.
You know how many bridges Pittsburgh has?
I know.
No,
I'm just saying.
I'm thinking of Pittsburgh. Yeah. They have so many bridges they could have chose from.
They do. And I'm just saying, I love bridges. I'm surprised I hadn't picked it up from last year. But I'm just saying, I love bridges.
Mm-hmm.
But they did kind of go back into,
Bumblebee.
as the home kit denotes, their heritage. That's Pittsburgh Riverhounds. You got to appreciate that. They're not the only team who wants to kind of dip back into the past a little bit and celebrate their history. We heard this talk about from other teams. I think Louisville kind of hinted at a little bit as well. San Francisco City did. Minneapolis did as well. Kind of lean back on the heritage that these teams now have kind of built up since Pittsburgh's been around since 95? Not 99. There it is. I can't read. 99. So I did it. But
should have did a bridge.
Should have done a bridge. That's the moral of the story. Always do a bridge.
How many bridges does Pittsburgh have? I'm just saying, black, yellow, black, yellow, black. Do the stripes, but the bridges.
Yeah, I'm actually curious. I don't see
Each
how many
different
bridges
bridge.
there are in Pittsburgh. I'm looking it up right now.
It's a lot. That's like what they're known for.
It's actually the city of bridges, and they have a
Yeah.
total of 446 bridges.
That's a lot of stripes. So choose choose like 10 of the most famous ones.
I'm just saying. Do you see this photo right here?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7
And
right here
look,
alone.
Look, even just that. So just those 7. Straighten out the river. Boom. Black, white, black. Black, yellow, black, yellow, black, yellow.
No, don't even correct the river. Have it bend that way, and then be like an alternate color, like a white or something, right? And then black and yellow stripes. I'm just saying that kind of cool. Or black, or whatever color you want to go with the main one. I'm just saying.
Austin, if you need people to talk about this stuff with you, we got you, bro.
Yes.
What's the fan group called? I forgot who the Pittsburgh people are.
Yeah, I follow them.
They should be making this kit right now.
They should be making that kit, a bridge kit.
What?
I'll look them up.
Boom. Austin's wife's from Pittsburgh. But also as a Cincinnati Bengals fan. But that's all I feel. I actually respect Pittsburgh a lot. But
hey, I'm just happy Pittsburgh. Hey, see, awesome. The clip says it might need to reach out to contact within their SG. We got an idea for you. Just saying. Royalty check. I'm kidding.
I'll just take a jersey for free.
Yeah, get a jersey.
That's literally like all my compensation I ever want. Like I'll design a kit, or I'll give like big ideas and stuff, and just make the kit and send it my way. We're even.
So as we, I actually agree with that. I think having lots of kits is fun. But what I will say, there's only one team and one city that I think leans into, their sports heritage more than Pittsburgh. There's none, bar none.
It's black and gold. It's Pittsburgh.
Every single team. I think there's only one that isn't, and I think that's the University of Pittsburgh, but it's blue and yellow.
And it's a nice dark navy blue too.
No. They rebranded. They down to their old light blue now.
Oh, chicken.
Their lighter blue, which everyone loved. It's a throwback jersey. They decided to stick with those colors, but it's the only one that I can really think of off the top of my head. Anyways, so Pittsburgh and their heritage, black and yellow, and honestly, I think this might be one of my favorite ones that they've had for their home kit in a while. As much as I love the bridge kit or some of the ones from last year, I think this to me is Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And also as a Indy 11 fan, I'm also not going to be too upset when a team throws in some checkers into their patterns. I'm just saying I like me some checkers. So I'm going to just dive into my score here for the heritage kit. And as I mentioned, this has to be one of my favorite kits from Pittsburgh in terms of their home kit. And I think this is the 5 for its overall design aesthetics. This isn't like jump off the page worthy. This is just perfection for what I expect to see from Pittsburgh from a home kit perspective. I can't do much better than that, in my opinion. And a tradition ties right into that 5 as well. This is Pittsburgh Riverhounds. Can't get better. It's saying that it is only a 3 in visual details. I know there are some nods down here in the net with a little paw in the corner, and as well as a 412 in the back. I'm starting to not count those as details. So it seems like
it feels effortless.
And every team has them, right?
Yeah.
Not like a cool little small detail, like see a little bit cross pattern, or like as I mentioned, with a little stitching maybe like a denim. Quite fully see anything outside of the checkers within the hoops. I like that, which is why I did the 3. Probably could have bumped up higher, but that's really it, and it's kind of subtle, but it's okay. It's supposed to be. I'm fine with that. And then finally, it's overall innovation and impact. If you're from Pittsburgh, you've probably seen this kit probably quite a few times, and it's not going to break the internet. Or you might sell out, but it won't break the internet. So it's a 3 there. So it's a solid Pittsburgh 4 for me. And yeah.
Yeah, I actually give the exact same scores, slightly different reasons. I mean, like design and aesthetics, everything's beautiful. This is a great looking kit. If you're a Pittsburgh fan, you're picking this kit up automatically. Like, I completely understand. It's a little throwback to the classic ones, and it screams Pittsburgh. I love the Pittsburgh Bumblebee.
Yes.
So, and that
not
goes
on the
along,
Steelers.
yeah, but that goes along with authenticity and tradition as well. So both of those were 5s for me. And then, like, same thing you said, like, there's just nothing special about this aside for the fact, I got my 10,000 steps. Moving around. Nice thing about it being on the watch. I did go to Sky Zone today, though, and bounced around. So that's, it did work out.
Just like your ideas bouncing around.
Oh, I know. My brain is always just it talks to itself a lot and then argues, and then I don't know what to do after that. Visual details and execution, though, it's just insane thing. Like, I mean, like, it looks good. Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of just throwing in the checkers. We talked about this earlier. I do agree. I do remember either it was in their old badge or maybe it's their current badge, but they did have some sort of like checker pattern in their crest somewhere. So it's a little nod to that, I guess, but it just feels like a lot. And the innovation and impact, like you said, like everybody does stripes. Everybody's seen it at this point. Yeah, there it is.
Yep.
So, yeah, so like, I mean, yeah, there's a nod to it, but I feel like just choose one or the other. That's, I mean, again, it doesn't look bad, and they did it subtly, so it's not like
it's not the main thing.
It's not overpowering anything. So I'm not against what they did. I just felt like maybe just choose one. Just go with the black and yellow. So yeah, and so many people do the horizontal stripes or the hoops or whatever you want to call them. They don't go all the way around, right? They're not hoops.
No, I see him stop right there.
Let me see the back.
Here,
yeah.
I don't know why it's
so
get out there. Actually, it does go around. Oh, they're just a divider in between.
Yeah, and okay, so the checkers are from Pittsburgh's flag and the coat of arms. So again, there's reason behind the checkers. I'm not against it, and they did it subtly, like I said. It's not too much, but it's a 3 from me. So overall, it's a 4. But with your 4 and my 4, it's a 4.
It's a 4. It's a 4-4. Yeah, it's a 4-4 kind of day, which means it's Pit Ride's a 4-4, right? No, it's a 42.11. Yeah. It's still pretty solid at $95.
It's $95. I mean, Charlie makes a very comfortable kit, and they're great to work out in, honestly.
And
that sounds weird. I think I'm going to start like running in some of my jerseys to see how they are as a fan.
I've actually worked out in quite a few jerseys, and I think when a jersey is good, you can feel it.
Yeah.
When working out.
Well, they're supposed to be ran in. They're supposed to be worked out.
Exactly.
That's literally what they're made for.
Especially the high quality kits, you can notice it.
Right. It's like I feel different though, like, when I'm wearing my Adidas replicas versus if I'm wearing like my Nike Authentics.
Yeah.
And there we go. Well, Austin just works out in soccer jerseys.
Yeah.
So
you mean people work out in shirts other than soccer kits? Yeah.
Well, I actually wear training kits that I own. So
joke's on you. I don't even work out. So
got me. What now, Fox?
But yes, this kit is of good value if you do work out in it or not, or just want to have a good feeling Charlie kit. I highly recommend. I have my Oakland kit from last season.
Yep.
It feels amazing. I love wearing it. It fits so good. So, which leads us into the second kit from Pittsburgh. Yes, this one is just dubbed the away kit. No. This is the checkered kit. I couldn't think of anything any better, so it gets checkered kit because it's a checker kit. Outside of it being checkers and kind of taking the thing that like Indy does, which again I don't mind it. I think this is actually
and it's a part of their flag and their coat of arms.
Yes, and I actually like the two-tone split. It's kind of unique, actually, kind of unique take on it. However, as much as I like this color combination, and I can see myself completely rocking this all the time, I don't know if it fully works.
It doesn't work. And yellow and white don't work. We have to stop.
No, it's yellow and gray. It's not even white.
But there's white on the other side. So on the right side, it's or our right. I guess it's gray and light gray.
Yeah, it's two tones of gray.
Yeah, that's too close to white.
And
wasn't it Pittsburgh that did the smoke bomb kit with the white?
Oh yeah, and then also Charleston did that too with the pea stain kit, the pea kit from Charleston that we called it, the pea and snow.
That might be what I'm thinking of.
I think you are.
The snow or the smoke bomb.
Yes, that was Charleston. So yeah, and also the fact that they had to make like the logo black within the white Charlie up here on the shoulders. I think if they would have just committed, I think if the whole base would have been white with gray and yellow, or all yellow, it would have been better for this design. I like the split with the checkers. I just don't fully think I agree with the color choices. That's me.
It's all right. I don't think this is one of those kits that I don't feel like are going to sell outside of Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
So like this isn't something that like collectors are going to want or need. If I'm getting a Pittsburgh kit, it's going to be the black and yellow one because
I'm getting this one. I want this one, but that's just my affinity for light kits, light colored kits. It's a weird affinity I have.
I like fun colored kits or traditional colored kits.
Yeah, see, it's me. It's fun or white. There's like no in between.
Yeah,
and that's just how it is.
Or if it's my team, whichever one's on sale.
Yes, that one.
But
yeah, do you want to dive into your story?
Yeah. Hey, look at us. Mine melt. All right, design and aesthetics. Trace. It doesn't work for me. This is not aesthetically pleasing to me. I don't know if the checkers are too big or if the yellow is too yellow and the rest is not bright or dark enough. Maybe if it was a darker gray to counter the yellow, but it's too close to white for me. And like I know they are like a steel city, and it's kind of a steel gray.
Yeah. Oh, that's what they're called. It steel checkers. Do like
boom. Yeah, authenticity and tradition. I gave it to. It doesn't scream Pittsburgh to me. I get it. It's on the flag. I get it. It's in the badge. But it's the away kit. That's fair. But I don't know. I don't like it. Visual details and execution. Same thing. 3 innovation. 2 this. I guess they were being slight. I gave on the 2 because they were taking a swing and doing a 2 different color.
Yeah, the two-tone.
Two-tone with the checkers. So they took a swing. I feel as though they missed, but I can see Pittsburgh fans liking this.
Yeah.
So overall, that's a 2.5.
Yeah. So for me, I think overall, This is a 3 for overall design aesthetics. I don't think it terribly misses. I just don't feel completely comfortable giving it higher than a 3. I think this is a, whatever looking away kit will get the job done. I do like the overall like placement of things. Also, my little comment I made earlier about the Charlie being white, those are actually just fingertips, or like clips holding it. So I retract that. But
Oh,
yeah,
yeah, I see it.
yeah, slightly off. But I do think overall it does
Pardon me.
look at a decent. I did like the one sleeve being yellow. I mean, that's a nice little thing. That's usually what I see with those two, the half kits. Also, kind of a sucker for that because being a Feyenoord fan, it's kind of our shtick is the two-tone, like the split. But saying that this overall authenticity and tradition, not something I associate Pittsburgh with. I know it's in their crest, but it's with a black and yellow slash, not steel gray and a yellow. So it's a 3 for me as well. I think there is some good stuff there, especially as we kind of alluded to, checkers being in the crest and coat of arms. And then the overall details, I think that was actually a little nice with this. It is a 3 on the visual details. I think this is just a whatever kit. It doesn't look bad. I don't think there's really any details per se. But it's overall innovation, I think because they did a checker but two-tone, they try to do something, and I'm okay with that. So it's a solid 3 from me, and I'm happy they did. I think this is a good-looking kit. I'm going to add this to my birthday list. So here in 7 months, my wife can see this and send this to me, or if I did some bonuses, I don't know. But I'm adding this to my list. I do like this kit. I just don't know if it scores great. We'll see once I did it, though. So it's a 3 from me. Fox is 2.5. It's a 2.75. But because it's the same price point as the home kit, its kit value is 28.95. Not the greatest.
Yeah, the $95 price point it's a hard eat on this one for not a fan. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Like as if again, Pittsburgh fan, yeah, eat it up. Real quick. If you have the extra $95, go for it. But outside of that, yeah, a 29 on the kit value is super low.
Exactly. So I just think Pittsburgh, I think this is a slight downgrade overall from last season's. Charlie came out swinging last year. I think that this is more of a safer play in year 2, which I think long term might actually be okay. It fits them. I just acknowledge it is a bit of a drop off from last season. So, but speaking of teams who dropped off last season, this team kind of dropped the ball a little bit. We were kind of disappointed in what they did last season.
We had so much hope for this team because they've on it like their first few seasons they were coming out swinging and having so much fun with their kids.
And then Charlie came in.
And they were like, "Oh heck yeah, Charlie's coming in." You know,
shoot, Hummel.
Yeah, Hummel. Yeah, you got me. Hummel, which creates individualized based kits. And we were super excited about this because we're like, they're going to do something big, do something right. And we got a white T-shirt at the beginning.
And then a gray T-shirt at the end.
I really like the skyline and the space and all that stuff. Very beautiful. But this one hits home.
It does. And honestly, if you've ever been there.
Home run.
Or a grand slam.
Because it's baseball field.
There's
the joke.
But also, if you've ever been to this place, this kit is literally quintessential them. So, without beating around the bush further, let me go ahead and show you Las Vegas downtown gold kit. And honestly, when I first saw this, I thought it was a little busy. I even told Fox this. I thought it was slightly busy. But then the more I looked at it,
And the more argued.
Not just that. And this to me is just the quintessential Vegas kit. As much as we like the colors of the old era of Vegas, which is fun with the llama, the goofy, the confetti, the lights, and yes, I think that at the modern approach to Vegas,
The smiley face under the shirt.
yeah, exactly, or like the red panda kit that you have for Knoxville, I think this kit. Anytime I think of Vegas, this kit reminds me of it. It's like that old kind of cowboy-ish almost. Cowboy West, but like gold flare with the cuffs, the collar. It gives kind of a Wild West gold vibe.
Maybe a little Elvis-y.
A little Elvis-y as well. Yeah, exactly. And I
But
think
not
this
like,
kit does.
but not, it's Elvis-y.
Yes.
But because like when you look at this, you're not like, oh, they did an Elvis kit.
Exactly.
No, duh.
It's that era. It's that
Yeah.
era, right? And that's what I associate Vegas with, right? And so as a result of that, and after us talking, this kit is this season's perfect
It's the first five.
first kit of the Fives Club from this season. And honestly,
I'm going to make a certificate.
you will make a certificate. This is honestly, the more I look at this kit, is one of my favorite ones. Is easily the best one that I can recall. At least the best one that we've rated. I know we topped some great ones already on the show, and plenty of ones that I will be willing to buy. This one, if I ever go to Vegas, I need this whenever I go to visit Vegas. I'm just saying, this is everything I'm looking for them. The color looks good. The gold touches looked good. I can't speak more outside of this. Just screams Vegas.
Yeah, 1,000%. Like they did such a good job at putting those like horizontal lines through it, the stripes almost, that like you can't really see those, which there's detailing right there. And I think it's this lighting of the photos that makes everything look so much more than it is. But like it's using the badge color.
Yes.
Essentially the entire shirt. It's just black, blue, and gold, which is what's on the badge. But if you look at the collar, if you look at the cuffs on the sleeves, that right there, those are Vegas lights. Those are those big bulb lights that are hanging. I like the Viva lights on the back, just a little nod. But just all these like little details that make everything so clean.
Yes.
But so beautiful all in one take.
Yes.
Like I couldn't pick out anything that I would have fixed on this.
No. And like I said, that this is Vegas. When I think of Vegas, as much as I like try to say the neon lights that's in the crest, I think this just fits the vibe Vegas is supposed to go for. As I said, kind of a nice Wild West, like a kind of a rich Wild West vibe, right? Yeah. Given the gold.
It's a clean classic.
Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with that.
The bright blues and the bright yellows. So you could do a clean classic kit and still have fun with it.
With some details as well. Yeah. And there's details. Like as we pointed out, there's details in the collar. I love a collar kit, like the collar. Okay. Anyways.
Polo.
Yes, a good polo. Thank you. And then also with the details, as we mentioned, with the stripes, there's even a bit of a checkered pattern inside of it. And I think the gold is a beautiful touch. It's not the yellow, but I think the gold is important to this kit. I think that really kind of ties it in. It's not just on the sponsor. I think it just adds to the sponsor is that. But with the Hummel, you see it on the sides over there, and as well the collar, the cuffs. It just all looks so good. And I can't find any faults with it. So this is a perfect buy from both of us here. Yeah. And as a result... Okay. As a result, yeah. as a result of that, the kit value of this is still below San Francisco City, being this is $110. But this is a 45.45 kit value. This is really, really good.
That's my favorite thing about the kit value, the bang for your buck.
Yeah.
This got a perfect score. A perfect 5, but its kit value is still lower than actually several of our kits.
Yeah, that's it. I'm actually about to check it up right now. So when it comes to kit, there are a few.
There's El Paso's right there.
Rio,
San
Antonio, and I think Salmon Bay is higher as well.
Actually, Indy 11's 46. Is right above it.
It's because of that $110 price point, and that's always going to be tough for anybody unless you're a collector, right? And I think this kind of demonstrates that.
Yeah, so this proves, this is why we do the bang for your buck. So if you only have so much money, we're saying go San Francisco. We're saying go Indy 11 at this point.
El Paso,
weirdly enough. San Antonio. So all of those are, El Paso. I don't know how you didn't give that a 5.
Watch the episode. Watch the episode. You understand it.
I was there.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying people listening. It was just a vibe. I actually liked the goalkeeper kit better, and I add the goalkeeper kit to my list. I love the goalkeeper kit. It's more subtle, and it's not just. Anyways, not here for that. This beautiful kit is a good bang for your buck. Still at a 45.45. And what I want to say, thank you to the Discord folks who voted for this week's kit of the week for the 5th kit of tonight's show, the fan choice. So we don't have rated this beautiful kit without that. So so that was the Las Vegas Lights Downtown Gold kit. Now, as we wrap kind of things up here, we have 2 more things that we got to do tonight. Step number 1, if you're within our Discord, this is a bit of a giveaway time. Now, I have 5 at a time outfitter. Am I counting right? 5. 5 wristbands from at a time outfitters. I'm rocking 2 tonight, 2 Indy 11 ones, which are not he's rocking Richmond. Yes, who's in season 4 now. So I got 5 here, and those who are within the Discord are now part of this giveaway. So what's going to happen is that I'm going to write down once I do I pull up the wheel of names. I'm going to do it 5 times. I'll reach out to each one of you via Discord, one at a time, to then see what one you want and send it your way. So without further ado, and we will be doing more of these, so just you wait. So now, without further ado, let me go ahead and share my screen, and let me share the wheel. So, up first, let's see who does it. Where's spinny? Spin! Yes, I did it right. I don't have colors, but I did this beforehand. This looks like that one fan gets first choice. Bet. Okay. They down. They only got one choice. Next, we got TiVo 15.
TiVo 15, congratulations.
And yes, I'll be reaching out to all y'all via Discord, so be alert. Okay. 3 more here, and we will be doing more giveaways, so please stay tuned and join our Discord. And our good friend Pope gets themselves a wristband. All right, 2 more lovely people. Let's see who else is getting it. John.
John.
There's like 4 Johns. I know which one this is. But there's like 4 Johns in the Discord, so maybe there's someone not named John.
J0HN7, John.
Maybe, yes. I don't know. There's a lot of Johns. It's weird. And it looks like next one is Sheepy. Yes, Sheepy. So, thank you to everyone who participated in this. We will, as we said, we will be doing even more giveaways. Fox still has a few wristbands that he's probably got. I have some kits that I want to do some giveaways to. We might even have some more stuff down the road.
Maybe our friend at Equipped might have something that we can partner on. Maybe I should be messaging him that instead of pressuring him in on the live episode.
Too late, you already did it.
Yeah.
So please stay tuned with us. As I mentioned, the best way to be part of these giveaways is to stay tuned in to our Discord. We're constantly talking updates like the recently announced AV Ultra Away kit today that got released. So be sure to follow us on Discord, as well as like and subscribe here on YouTube, Spotify, and follow us on all the socials, Instagram, Blue Sky.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah,
and then of course Discord.
Yes, and of course Discord. So, Austin's eyes have peeked up. So, last segment of tonight's show before we go off. Here are our kit shop of the night. So obviously, I kind of hinted at this. Well, I didn't hint at. I heavily implied. I'm rocking the San Francisco City FC kit, the new Denim kit. This fit's really good. I'm a true medium, and this fits really good on me. I love it. It's good, and it's one of my favorite looking kits of 2025.
Yeah, I was wearing that Tuesday, went out, hung out with my mother-in-law and the boys, and
nice.
Even my mother-in-law said, like, "Oh, I really like your shirt." Like, thanks.
See, it's always nice when a non-soccer kit person likes your kits. I have a few of those.
I am wearing a giant Atlanta United jersey.
Nice.
And this was a sweet Ross pickup for like $20, something like that.
Can't go wrong with that.
I think this is the season, like they won the season before.
Oh, so you don't have the star.
I don't have the star.
I've also noticed the non-authentics don't have the stars on kits.
Which makes no sense to me.
It's all weird.
Like, Adidas, you're so, like, I'm not talking bad anymore. I am fixing myself.
Also, not USL's problem for the most part. Adidas is basically out of the picture. I said a few teams. Basically out of the picture. Kind of. But, yes. So, you're rocking a red kit. I have a red crest. So, we're rocking a little bit of red here tonight. Also, before I leave, if you notice here, I also have a Brescia Calcio kit of Serie C. I love this kit. It's one with
Serie A.
It's Serie C. Serie C.
Yeah, Serie A C.
Serie C. Yes, I'm actually learning Italian. If I didn't tell you, so my wife is about to vacation there, and I'm gonna be lonely, so I'm gonna be practicing Italian while she's gone.
She's gonna pick us up a couple of Vinciella.
No, she's on a cruise.
Well, she's it could have sea salt. That's fine.
Anyways, not sea salt, because I'm very happy these lovely patrons down below have donated to us and are the reason we keep doing this lovely thing, and are the reason we're able to use the profits from them and the great people, I don't know where the logo went, of Equip Studios up in the corner, to then use those proceeds this month of March to the shelterofflint.org. So please check that out if you are wanting to donate yourself. Anything else here, Fox, before we go ahead and end for the night? Because honestly, it's been a fun episode. Yeah. I know y'all are busy in the soccer sphere right now, so we're happy to have you here tonight with us.
Yeah, it's a busy time. Like I'm literally keeping an eye on the Cincinnati and New York.
The Presbyterians.
Yeah, they're in the kickoff right now. What's the word I'm looking for? Penalty kicks. That's the word. But Cincinnati has a goal advantage on the kick.
Oh yeah, and also some quick updates for all y'all who may not have been watching the Open Cup tonight. Portland Hearts of Pine won 4-1. Madison, destroyed. Madison defeated Duluth 5-1. Charlotte got past Long Island at extra time 3-2. With South Georgia, Tormenta beating Harbor City 3-0. Not USL, and not USL. So those were some of the results from tonight's rounds of the Open Cup. As always, please support your local club, USL or not. Support the Open Cup. That is all that we have here tonight's episode. As I always say, bring the positivity to those around you. We appreciate you all. Thank you, and have a good night. Thank you.